So we got Webgoat here. Now, since this is a brand new application, everything is in trial mode. I would like to take a look at the vulnerabilities, so I'm going to license Webgoat. So I click Trial and Apply License, and I click into it. And look at that, it has already found a few vulnerabilities. As soon as I haven't done anything, all I did was refresh the page, and Contrast has already found a few vulnerabilities in it. We do a quick check on the application as soon as we start up, just to see if there are any vulnerabilities that we can find, and it's continuously monitoring vulnerabilities as you're using the application as well. So let's check on the vulnerabilities and see what we got here. Wow, these are a lot of vulnerabilities. And remember, all I did was just refresh the page. I didn't try to maliciously create a vulnerability. I did not try to attack the application anyway. I just refreshed the login page. And Contrast has already found a few vulnerabilities. So we see a few low priority, note, and medium, but let's try getting a high or critical priority vulnerability. Let's go back to my application, and I'm just going to click around here. I'm going to first just check the product catalog, look at all the coins. Webgoat is a premium seller of coins, so let's see what they got here. Okay, oh, look at that, we're already getting new vulnerabilities, and all I'm doing is just clicking on products. So I'm going to add in a comment here, so my email at email.com. Save comment. Let's keep clicking around. Let's look at my, wow. So let's look at what we found here. A critical vulnerability was found in Webgoat, so let's click on that. So I'm going to click on this product one. And as you can see, Contrast gives full details about the vulnerability. It gives a very helpful description of the vulnerability as well. You can see that this vulnerability was flagged with these values. This was the email which I put in, and this was a comment which I put in. And as a result, Contrast flagged that any value put in through those fields could potentially trigger a SQL injection vulnerability. This text here definitely is not a SQL injection, but if an attacker wanted to exploit that field to retrieve data, they could. So Contrast lets you know that. So let's click through these tabs a little bit. We have the How to Fix tab here. And this is some information on how to fix SQL injection vulnerabilities. We also have the HTTP info tab here. So this tells you the exact request which Webgoat received, which triggered the vulnerability. So here we highlight the email which was used and the actual message, the comment which it contained, and you can also see the rest of the headers as well. In the same request. And also we have the details tab here. So since Contrast is instrumented within IIS, it's sitting inside the IIS environment, the CLR environment, we have access to what the application sees as well. We have access to the HTTP info, but we also have access to what's going on inside of the application. So here we have the stack trace that was thrown in the application based on this request which came in. So this is very, very useful, because at this point you can just go to a developer and say that there is a SQL injection vulnerability on this page. This is the exact path of the SQL injection vulnerability and how it actually ends up being triggered. And then if you can go back to the HTTP info and use this email and this comment as a test case to verify that the SQL injection vulnerability here has actually been fixed. So you have very detailed information about the vulnerability that is within your application just by using Contrast. We also integrate with common bug tracking tools such as Bugzilla and Jira. and also Slack, as you can see. So you can easily open a bug right from the team server for any vulnerabilities that you think need to be fixed. In terms of Slack, you can be notified if there are any vulnerabilities which you think need to be fixed. Contrast covers many kinds of vulnerabilities and many more than what other tools can cover. So let's go take a look at the vulnerabilities. As you can see, there were vulnerabilities from SQL injection to cross-site scripting, forms without autocomplete, which is just a note severity. So we cover all kinds of vulnerabilities, from very minor ones to very critical ones.